So it is stumps on day one of the first test between Sri Lanka and New Zealand that has been played at the Hagley Oval in Christchurch. Looking at the situation, it is a very, very important match. Not just if you look at it for Sri Lanka, but also for the fourth test between India versus Australia, because this series is going to have a big, big bearing on India's qualifying chances for the WTC final. Sri Lanka have made a great start on day one. On a green pitch with slightly overcast conditions, New Zealand won the toss and they chose to bowl. But it was a fantastic effort from Sri Lanka's batters, in particular Kusal Mendis, who slammed 87 of 83 balls. He baseballed New Zealand effectively, and he was especially severe on the previous test hero Neil Wagner. Wagner once again went for over 6 runs per over, and Kusal Mendis showed his class. Backed up by some good knocks from Dimuth Karunaratne, Angelo Matthews, and a blitz from Kasun Rajita towards the end. And we are seeing that Sri Lanka have actually dictated terms to New Zealand on day one of the test at Hagley Oval. So this was the brief mention of the scorecards. Oshada Fernando was the first who fell very cheaply for 13. Then there was a superb partnership between Dimuth Karunaratne and Kusal Mendis. The partnership yielded close to 137 runs, and after that it was Kusal Mendis who fell, and immediately afterwards in the next over Matt Henry got rid of Dimuth Karunaratne. Angelo Matthews, the veteran of the Sri Lanka team, he batted well, and when he reached 47 he went past 7,000 test runs. That was the one other notable achievement that happened today. But as soon as he got to 7,000 runs, Angelo Matthews was dismissed, and New Zealand had pulled things back. But Dinesh Chandimal, along with Dhananjay De Silva, ensured their pair of 39s ensured Sri Lanka went past 300. On a pitch which had some assistance for the Pacers, this score, and especially considering that only 74 overs were bowled, bad light stopped play at the end of the day. So 4 runs per over. That is how Sri Lanka have progressed, and this opens up the possibility of a test match having a good result. Because remember, Christchurch and Wellington, first couple of days there is assistance for the Pacers, but then after that it flattens out, and basically to force a result it takes a lot of hard work. But 305, 6 wickets, very even balance if you have to look at it when it comes to the test match situation. So Sri Lanka have ended day one on 305 for 6, and it is a great start for them, because now I come to the equation when it comes to the World Test Championship final. Let me reiterate, Sri Lanka have to win the series 2-0 irrespective of what happens in the Ahmedabad test. If India draws or loses in Ahmedabad against Australia, then Sri Lanka will have to win 2-0. If Sri Lanka win only 1-0, or if the series is drawn 1-1 or 0-0, then Sri Lanka are eliminated. If India wins in Ahmedabad and Sri Lanka wins 2-0, doesn't matter, India will go through to the World Test Championship final on June 7th against Australia. So that is the latest situation, and that is why this series, the last series in the World Test Championship cycle of 2021 to 2023, it plays a very, very crucial role. So on all the days of the Sri Lanka versus New Zealand test match, this will be a very, very vital stat that will be playing on the minds of the Sri Lankan players. New Zealand, the defending WTC champions, they were eliminated from the race when they lost to England 3-0 in June, July, and then after that they didn't win a single series at home. They drew 1-1 against South Africa, and they drew 1-1 against Bangladesh. The inability of New Zealand to win a single series at home in this cycle has been a major, major deterrent for them. So, this is the situation that is confronting Sri Lanka. What was Sri Lanka's 2021-2023 cycle? They had a very good series at home. They whitewashed the West Indies 2-0, drew 1-1 with Australia and 1-1 with Pakistan. That is the situation that Sri Lanka faced. Although when they went overseas, they were hammered in India, unfortunately 2-0. And in the other cycles that followed, in the other series, they did not do well there as well. New Zealand, this is the last series that they have for them, and Sri Lanka will be hoping for a repeat of 2019, where they defeated South Africa 2-0 and became the first Asian nation to win against South Africa in South Africa. On the other hand, Sri Lanka know that if they draw or lose any one test, their chances for the WTC final are over. So this is the situation. We cannot take Sri Lanka very, very lightly because they are the only team that can potentially knock India out of the WTC final race. Australia have already made it thanks to their win in Indore. And so on day one, Sri Lanka have made a great start, 305 for 6. New Zealand will now be wanting to ensure the remaining 4 wickets are taken very quickly. And also because their power pack batting lineup. Remember, Kane Williamson joined the squad late, unfortunately because his grandmother had died. But luckily he's there in the squad. Devon Conway, Tom Latham, Kane Williamson, and all the other players, Daryl Mitchell, then Henry Nichols included, they will be hoping that they can get a big lead and bat Sri Lanka out of the contest at the Hagley Oval. So this is the situation that is confronting most of the teams now, both the teams included. New Zealand will have to do India a big favor. Sri Lanka, on the other hand, they have to win 2-0. If it's 1-0, no use, they are knocked out of the WTC final race. On the other hand, in Ahmedabad, India are toiling hard. Only 2 wickets have fallen. Steve Smith and Usman Khawaja are looking in good touch. So, equation is all there in India's hands. They have to win. If they win, even if Sri Lanka wins 2-0, they are still not going to make it. India will make it to the WTC final. So that is the current situation, the latest update that we have. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.